Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Finding intelligent and classy women. Now, my podcast today, I talked about stop focusing on bottom feeder women. Because if you look at a lot of the conversations, they're really talking about bottom feeders, underclass, lumpen proletariat, 85 octanes. If you really look at the conversations, it's really talking about like the better class of women. So a dude gotta really stop focusing on them. They ain't women you want to deal with. When cousin T-Taw did his series on the octanes, he didn't even want to do one on the 85 because he said a select man wouldn't even want to deal with that. And I don't see why any man would like really care. That's why I've always been ain't been a big fan of that whole Pookie and Ray Ray thing and people complaining about them. I'm like, man, they're getting bottom feeder women. Shit. And even the women you think they getting who are professional, man, they just like clerks or something like that. You know, they office workers, something like that. They just dressing up. That don't mean anything as far as the education level of class. You know? So a man needs to just focus on the better women. Now, the issue is, okay, how do you find those better women? Well, before you even look for them, you need to take some time to yourself and upgrade yourself. Because if you're in a situation where you're around a bunch of lower class women, if you're in a situation where you're around a bunch of women who got multiple babies by multiple men, they're ghetto, they doing all this crazy stuff. You know, you around a situation where you got the type of women chasing some white boy trying to act like he black. You got some issues. That's you, man. That's you. Because if you in that thing, because like one of my inner circle, and he always says it, this is a serious player. He said a big thing is proximity. If you even care about that, even think about that, that means you're in proximity with them. So the first thing is upgrade yourself. Get on up out of that area, that environment. That's the first thing. Even if you got to take a year and be celibate, you know, whatever. If you living in that environment, or you forced to live there, or if you even living there by choice, whatever the case, and you don't like the people that you have to deal with, get the fuck out of there. Get a certification, work harder on the job you got, whatever. Move on up. Seriously, and you upgrade yourself. Well, if you got to get a certification, do it. If you got to get educated in something, do it. If you got to figure out some type of business, do it. Whatever you got to do. You know, upgrade yourself. And then, of course, upgrade your mind and body. Shit, self-educate yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Learn some stuff on your own. That can contribute to if you got a entrepreneurial, you're doing an entrepreneurial route. And, you know, I'm always about the body game. And I got something about that later on as far as finding intelligent and classy women. You know. Shit, get your body right, because you still need to attract the women. And, you know, you still need to turn them on sexually when you get up there. Intelligent and classy women still got vaginas. So, you know, that's the first thing. Just upgrade yourself. Get yourself up there. So, all right, so you done developed something, got a little bit more money, got a little bit more knowledge, got a better body, you know, you're doing well all the way around. You finally up out of that environment. Then the thing is, all right, where you go? Well, first, definitely the obvious is you in a better environment. But the second thing is, okay, you're talking about intelligent and classy women. Who they going to be? They obviously are not the bottom feeders that you working to get away from. A lot of these women who are going to be intelligent and classy, they're going to be like usually one or two things. One, that hard-working woman who's trying to go someplace in life. I mean, she could be from the hood or something. She could be from the hood, but she decided she didn't want to do what the rest of them were doing. Because you always got that. Like, I remember one time I was given I was paid to speak in front of some young teenage girls. The overwhelming majority of them had a baby already. That's what I was told. And this sister brought in me and this other brother just to tell them, nah, we ain't gonna fuck with women like y'all. That's basically what she brought us in to tell me. We were blunt about it. We were like, hey, you know what? You did this, and this is what's gonna happen. This type of men of our caliber look for. we were just very blunt about it. And she actually paid us to be that blunt because she said these little girls needed to know there was a consequence. But I remember there was one with them. There was one who knew all the girls, but this one, she was cut off a different cloth. You know, shout out C Boogie, that's something he would say. This one was cut off a different cloth. She was the type, I mean, she was one, like, these young girls weren't even that attractive, really. I was like, man, what the fuck got y'all pregnant? But this one, this youngin', she was looking, I was like, oh, okay. But she was trying to do something in life. In fact, she's the one who talked to me the most because she was asking me about stuff like college and everything. You know, she was trying to do something. So, you know, you got those women, they might be coming from the hood or something, but they're going to upgrade themselves. They're going to try to go to school, or they're going to, at least if they get on a job, they're going to work real hard. They the type who will start on a retail job as a clerk, and then 10 years later, they're a store manager or something, you know? And shit, 20 years later, they like either a corporate executive in the same company, or they running their own company that's lucrative, you know? And for them to do that, they got to have a certain amount of discipline. They got to have a certain amount of intelligence and common sense. They got to have intelligence to know what they're doing, and common sense to still navigate the world. And then, you know, definitely discipline. You don't get up to a certain level without a level of discipline. So you already know she's going someplace. So I know this little girl. I wonder what she's doing now. You know how you meet people in life and you just be like, man, what are they doing? Because she was sensible. Yeah, these were all her friends, but she wasn't letting no guys run up in her. She had too much to do. And I met a lot of them like that. Now, that's one way. Then a lot of them just go to college, go to school or something. Really study. You got a lot of women who, you know, they want something. Either they try and get up out of their situation, or they actually from a middle-class environment. Remember, especially for some of the younger people, that whole, like, we all poor thing, especially in the black community, that don't fly anymore. Shit, especially if you, like, especially someplace like in the DMV or something, District, Maryland, Virginia, man, you got nothing, you got a lot of money. You got some people, that's all they've known. They've never known any hood or something. But, you know, because of their background, they usually like second generation college or something, so they moving up. They're going to have a certain amount of discipline. They were raised with a certain amount of class and everything. So those are generally the two types. Now, to meet those women after you upgraded yourself, or even if you don't really, even if you're the type of person, you kind of there already, but for whatever reason, you focusing on LaQuisha, because LaQuisha got a fat ass. Well, some of these intelligent, classy women got a fat ass. They just don't be showing the shit. They ain't gonna be going to work or something in some colorful leggings or something. They gonna hide this shit a little bit better, but they'll be classy with it. They'll be classy. Now, wherever you coming from, but if you to meet them, okay, where they gonna be at? All right. Most of the time, most of these women ain't gonna have kids. So they're going to be in decent shape as long as they don't have any serious emotional issue that can cause them to put on weight. Because I know women, single, childless women in their 40s, and they still got tight bodies. Right? So they're going to show some discipline. Now, in order to get a tight body, they probably a member of some health club or something. You know? Like at my complicated relationship gym, you got a bunch of women there, like young. I could tell they probably in their 20s, early 30s, just being there working out. Just doing their thing. You know? Just doing their thing. And you know, find where the gyms are, where the women going to be at. Not necessarily meat market, but where they going to work out at. And really, you kill two birds with one stone. You working out. Plus, you get in there, they get used to your face. They start saying hi. Boom. There you go. Anybody work out in the gym enough, no, shit, you don't even have to really do anything. Just do your workout. Focus on your workout. That's actually better than, like, trying to approach. You know, so they're going to keep themselves in shape. They're going to be the ones out here running and stuff. They're going to be working out. You know? And since a lot of them going to be reading and stuff, shoot, you can go to a bookstore. Like my local bookstore, I've seen a lot of single women in there. In fact, there was one young lady I met, and one of my inner circle got the picture from it. She was, I hate this, wait a minute. I want to hear a little bit of noise. I got to blast my defroster. You know, highly intelligent, great shape, very pleasant. Oh fuck, I forgot about this shit. I keep forgetting about this time of the morning. I can't get in this lane right here. There's a high school, private high school right here. Ooh, fuck. I could have took that. I'm being slow. So, let me see how far I can get up here. There you go. Anyway, you know, they're going to go to a bookstore, go to some festivals, art festivals or something like that. Figure out where the more cultural stuff is. That's where they're going to be hanging out. Figure out where the lounges are. I remember last year when I went down to D.C. to shoot some videos with Warren B, the legendary pimp guy. We shot it at this place called Society in Silver Spring. Anybody who's been there, they know. You get some nice looking women in there. Find where they going to be. And then you be there too. Shit. What malls are they going to? What stores they shopping at? And then just make it a habit to be there. You don't even have to look for women. Like if I was at a place where, you know, I really needed to track down some women or meet somebody, just being out and about, shoot. Like being in the Baltimore area, I hit the Towson Town Center. Not so much White Marsh, they're getting a little ghetto. But, you know, wherever, find where they're going to be, where they're hanging out at. You know? Shoot, network. Network with some people, shoot. And especially some people, you know, it cracks me up. You got some people say they got degrees and stuff. I say, you ain't network at your school. You know, you can keep up with people because, you know, you always have something. You always have something. And, like, getting back to the beginning where I said move, sometimes you might have to just move cities. Because, you know, you probably find more classier women just in some place like the DMV. You know, the DC. Shit, walking down the street in DC, women saying hi to you. Like, attractive women. You know, more than some place like, I don't know, certain places in Columbus, Ohio. You know? You're gonna run into some fine women. You know? Oh, that Columbus, Ohio thing was directed at somebody specific. So, you know. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'll let my girl here. Oh, man. That's my buddy. Hey, y'all need to know who she is. I'm catching her going to work. I would have stopped it, hollered at her and stuff, but they had a big ass truck behind me. Oh man, that's another thing too, man. Once you get in a different environment, like I could just be out and about. Like I seen, shoot, I just saw one of my team and stuff just now. I just saw somebody on my roster just now. So I mean, you know, you just gotta. You know, you just gotta damn, I just seen this homeless dude about 15 times. I must be meant to give him money or whip his ass. Anyway, you know, change your environment and everything. You know, change your environment. Just be friendly. Like I'm going to Sprouts now. Usually you get Sprouts in like pretty decent neighborhoods and stuff. And I know half the staff. You know, just upgrade, man. Just upgrade. Shoot, be gregarious out here, man. Even if you're introverted, you can still say hi. You know, pop your brakes. You know. So anyway, right? That's all I got for today, yo. really want to find classy women and stop focusing on bottom feeders, man, you might have to change some shit. But the beauty of it is you got control over it, you know? And don't have that attitude, oh, they won't talk to me. Well, shit. Damn, make it so they'll talk to you. And you know what's funny about a lot of intelligent and classier women? Like, it's ironic with a lot of these women, even some of the educated ones. Believe it or not, it does depend on, like, your social status, too, which is why you need to upgrade. But a lot of times they receptive because they ain't getting as much play. Like, they don't like the bottom feeders either. That's the funny thing. They don't like the bottom feeders. You talk to a lot of them, they complaining like, damn, you know, they all chasing LaQuisha. They ain't chasing women like me of intelligence. They saying the same fucking things. So I'm like, shit. In fact, it's a big market. It's a big market. I don't know why guys don't take advantage of it. Get some of these women and stuff. Stop looking for those tight leggings and stuff. Look for that woman who's, you know, showing some intellect, wearing sensible heels, not wearing some weed. There's plenty of them out here, and they cool. You just have to deal with. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.